your wants are. And be rest assured that every compromise you reach with them over there will get to us prompt for efficient service delivery. You can also be part of our conversations live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook now, and you can join us on Facebook with the handle at Omega 101.7 FM. Search us out on Facebook with Omega 101.7 FM and be part of the conversation. Feel free to drop your messages, your reaction, your opinion, submission in the comment section, and we would gladly read them out when the time comes. And you can also follow us across the social media community on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, and on YouSocial with same handle at Omega 101.7 FM. And if you're following us on YouTube, do not forget to click on the notification button with the bell icon so you get prompt notification whenever we drop an information on our YouTube channel. And to begin this morning with the press review, let's start off with the Daily Independent newspaper. And then on the Daily Independent newspaper, 2023, P2B can't win, just making Tinubu's victory easier. Saludo speaks. Interesting. P2B can't win, just making Tinubu's victory easier. Saludo speaks there. That's interesting. And then away from that, still on 2023, PDP will surprise Nigerians despite internal crisis. Saraki speaking. PDP will surprise Nigerians despite internal crisis. Saraki speaking. And then away from that, family demands justice over detention of members in iron cage. Family demands justice over detention of members in iron cage. And that's how far we can actually go with a Daily Independent newspaper. And then away from that, let's take a look at Premium Times newspaper. Rigged prosperity, cause of poverty for many Nigerians. Atedo Peter Side speaking there. Rigged prosperity, cause of poverty for many Nigerians. Atedo Peter Side speaking. Suspected IPOB members invade Southeastern community, kill monarch, 3 others. Suspected IPOB members invade Southeastern community, kill monarch, 3 others. That's quite painful. And then away from that, why P2B cannot win 2023 presidential election? Saludo speaking there. That's the governor of Anambra State. Why P2B cannot win 2023 presidential election? The governor of Anambra State, Mr. Chukwumacha Saludo speaking there. You want to find details of that report? Feel free to pick a copy of the Premium Times newspaper and then read up. And then away from Premium Times, let's see what Punch newspaper has for us this morning. Tinubu's victory certain, says Lalong as campaign begins. Tinubu's victory certain, says Lalong as campaign begins. That's Tinubu of the Progressives Congress Party. And then away from that, Sanwo-Olu mourns Chief of Staff's wife. Sanwo-Olu mourns Chief of Staff's wife. And then away from that, still on the Punch newspaper. Oil theft. Federal government arraigns 16 foreigners. Detains vessels. Oil theft. Federal government arraigns 16 foreigners. Detains vessels. And then away from that, 2023 polls. Soludo attacks Obi again. Says ex-governor cannot win. Virtually all dailies seem to be reporting this Soludo's attack on the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. Soludo attacks Obi again, says ex-governor cannot win. Interesting. And then let's see. Finally, on the Punch newspaper, let's see this one. State police system will address kidnapping. Others, APC Kogi West senatorial candidates speaking. State police system will address kidnapping. Others, APC Kogi West senatorial candidates speaking there. And that's all we can actually take on the Punch newspaper. For more details, do pick a copy and read up. And then away from that, let's take a look at the New Telegraph newspaper. And the first one we are taking on the New Telegraph is on JAMB. JAMB automates platform to address admission accreditation delays. JAMB automates platform to address admission accreditation delays. And then away from that, still on the disaster that rocked Imo State. Imo monarch AIDS shot dead in his palace. Imo monarch AIDS shot dead in his palace. And then away from that, NBC finds, Arise TV, 2 million naira over report on Tinubu. NBC finds Arise TV, 2 million naira over report on Tinubu. Defense headquarters declares 19 terrorist commanders wanted. Defense headquarters declares 19 terrorist commanders wanted. And then away from that, still on the purported fake reports, Tinubu wants NBC to invoke sanctions on media houses. Interesting. Tinubu wants NBC to invoke sanctions on media houses. I wouldn't know how the sanctions would actually fare on media houses, and how, if sanctions are being invoked, I don't know how the media houses would actually discharge their duties without fear and favor. But that's the plea of the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate. And then away from that, let's take one more. Lagos Ibadan Expressway kidnapping. INEC office burning. Worries Afenifere. Lagos Ibadan Expressway kidnapping. INEC office burning. Worries Afenifere. For more details, pick a copy of the New Telegraph and read more. And then away from the New Telegraph, let's take a look at the Blueprint newspaper. And then on the Blueprint newspaper, I committed error bringing APC to power in 2015. I committed error bringing APC to power in 2015. Nkui speaking there. And then away from that, Labour Party candidate Oti reveals plans for Abia State. That's the gubernatorial candidate of the Labour Party in Abia State. Mr. Oti reveals plans for the state. Youth, indispensable pillars in politics and governance. Action Aid speaks. Youth, indispensable pillars in politics and governance. Okay. Federal government to rely on non-oil revenue for development plan implementation. Federal government to rely on non-oil revenue for development plan implementation. And that's how far we can actually go on the Blueprint newspaper. For more details, do pick a copy and read up. And then a very quick journey away from the Blueprint newspaper. Let's take a look at the cable newspaper. Okay, and on the cable newspaper, we have this one. They disrespect laws. Ingege proposes compulsory training for labor leaders. They disrespect laws. League proposes compulsory training for labor leaders. That's quite, I wouldn't have to actually say interesting. Okay, then away from that, INEC to Nigerians, help us identify underage persons on voters register. INEC to Nigerians, help us identify underage persons on voters register. And then away from that, still on the governor of Anambra State reaction on submission on Peter Obi's win. Peter Obi knows that he can't and won't win, says Soludo. Okay, and then away from that, why Nnamdi Kanu refused to show up in court? Why Nnamdi Kanu refused to show up in court? DSS speaking there. Court adjourns Nnamdi Kanu's case indefinitely. And then away from that, Wike is embarrassing PDP. His agitations are selfish. Ned Nwoko speaks. Wike is embarrassing PDP. His agitations are selfish. Ned Nwoko speaks. And then finally on the cable newspaper, our party will surprise Nigerians, says Saraki. Our party will surprise Nigerians, says Saraki. This is coming following the crisis that has rocked and that has been prevailing in the People's Democratic Party. That's how far we can actually go with the cable newspaper. Let's take a quick journey away from the cable and take a look at the Sun newspaper. Jigawa PDP senatorial candidate hails article re-emphasizes flood control as top agenda. Jigawa PDP senatorial candidate hails article re-emphasizes flood control as top agenda. And excitement as APC flags off presidential campaign in Jos. Anxiety, excitement as APC flags off presidential campaign in Jos. Then away from that, Methodist prelate calls for prayers for peaceful elections. Methodist prelate calls for prayers for peaceful elections. Then away from that, why we endorse Ugwuanyi for Senate, Waziri speaking. Why we endorse Ugwuanyi for Senate, Waziri speaking there. And then away from that, court nullifies APC Akwa Ibom Giba primary. Court nullifies APC Akwa Ibom Giba primary. Okay, and that's how far we can actually go with the report on the Sun newspaper. Let's quickly take a look at Vanguard newspaper. NSCDC smashes fake dollar syndicate, recovers $15,400 notes. NSCDC smashes fake dollar syndicate, recovers $15,400 notes. Interesting. 10 family members locked in iron cage over disputed land demand justice. That's quite alarming. 10 family members locked in iron cage over disputed land demands justice. And then away from that, flood alert, reps call for supplementary budget of 100 billion, 200 billion in 2023 appropriation to fight menace. Reps call for supplementary budget of 100 billion, 200 billion naira in 2023 appropriation to fight menace. And then away from that, cybersecurity breaches, threats to businesses on the rise, lead way. Cybersecurity breaches, threats to businesses on the rise, lead way. Okay, and then away from that, don't let half salary issue degenerate to another strike. NANS, NAPTA tell federal. Don't let half salary issue degenerate to another strike. NANS, Napt and tell federal government. And finally, on the Vanguard newspaper, LP suspends flight operations to Dubai following visa issuance. LP suspends flight operations to Dubai following visa issuance. And that's how far we can actually go on the Vanguard newspaper. Do hang on with us as we return from this short break. We'll take a look at a few more dailies and then open up the phone lines to have your thoughts on any headline of interest. And do not also forget, you can be part of this conversation live on Facebook. Join us on Facebook with the handle at Omega 101.7 FM. We'll be right back. You stay with us.
Do you want to be a part of any of our conversations? You can join us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, we are at Omega 101.7 FM. On Instagram, we are at Omega 101.7 FM. And on Twitter, at Omega 101.7 FM. Omega 101.7 FM, bringing information to your doorstep.
And thank you for hanging on with us. Welcome back. This is Electronic Press Review on Omega 101.7 FM by Radio, Your Radio. And my name is Arinze Chukwu. I've been the one holding forth. And you can be part of our conversation live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. And you can join us with the handle at Omega 101.7 FM on Facebook. And to continue taking a look at the national dailies on our table and what trending issues we have on them. Let's pick up from or with this day newspaper. And on this day newspaper, we have this one. Lalong speaking here. History will repeat itself at just presidential flag off. History will repeat itself at just presidential flag off. Lalong speaking there. NESG sets priorities for Atiku, Tinubu, Obi, Kwankwaso, others. NESG sets priorities for Atiku, Tinubu, Obi, Kwankwaso, others. And then away from that. On Soludo, I won't succumb to bullies. Obi knows he can't win. And that's coming from the governor of Anambra State. I won't succumb to bullies. Obi knows he can't win. And then away from that. 2023 budget ready for presidential assent. December. Bajabiamila speaking there. That's the Speaker of the House of Reps. And then finally, U.S. government announces $15 million technical assistance for Nigeria's 2023 polls. U.S. government announces $15 million technical assistance for Nigeria's 2023 polls. That's interesting. And finally, let's take a look at leadership newspaper. Let's see if we can just take maybe one or two reports on the leadership. Onyema's legacy of courage will be remembered. Buhari speaking there. Onyema's legacy of courage will be remembered. Buhari speaking there. And then PDP confident of victory in all elections. Hayat speaking. PDP confident of victory in all elections. And that's how far we can actually go with the review this morning. For you to be part of this conversation, you can call us or send us text messages on these numbers 0815-1017-777 or 0907-112-1017. I'll take the numbers again 0815-101-777 or 0907-112-1017. 1017. Or you can be part of our conversation live on Facebook. Drop your comments, drop your reactions, your submission in the comment section, and we'll be taking a look at them one after the other. And then to start off with their reaction this morning, let me start off on Facebook with a submission I've got on our Facebook page. That is coming from Nwachukwu Kennedy Chinedu, voice of English. It says, "Good morning, Mr. Speaker. The comment credited to Lalong saying that Tinubu's victory is certain is very laughable, unbelievable, and suspicious. But he should know that 2023 election is not going to be business as usual. Also, the murdering of Imo monarch is totally unacceptable, highly condemnable. Condemnable, okay, highly condemnable, ungodly, and inhumane. So I'm urging the authorities to figure out those culprits responsible for such a callous and dastardly act and ensure that they are brought to book." All right, thank you much, Kennedy Chinedu, for being part of the conversation on Facebook. And then let me take one more on Facebook before I go over to my phone lines. Good morning, Arenze. Can someone help me tell Soludo to leave Peter B alone? He is just jealous of Obi. Whether Soludo likes it or not, Obi is winning come 2023, coming from Okoye, Kelvin. All right, thank you for being part of the conversation on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. You can be part of this conversation live on Facebook or call or send us your text messages on either of these numbers 0815-1017-777 or 0907-112-1017. Hello, good morning. Very good morning to you, Chief Paul Martin Zakeme. Hello. All right. I sincerely do apologize. I could no longer hear you, and it became imperative to let you go. Feel free to call us back. The numbers to call are 0815-1017-777 or 0907-112-1017. Or you can be part of the conversation live on Facebook with the handle at Omega 101.7 FM. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Very good morning to you.
I'm Precious, calling from Anambra.
We are in Anambra, exactly, Precious.
I'm calling from Anambra.
All right, go ahead, Precious.
Okay, what I want to talk about is about Soludo comment about COVID. So what I want to say is that why not Soludo allow people to go for what he's going for? Why standing on the way against people? If he has anything or any problem with people, he should better go and solve it and solve this thing. Because what he's doing is best because people has a lot of people by his side and he's definitely going to win. And he knows that. Everybody knows that he's going to win. So let him go and
Are you sure everybody knows Peter is going to win?
Yes, everybody knows that he's going to win.
All right.
Everybody knows that.
All right, thank you, Precious. That's actually your submission. Okay, thank you. But I don't know if I should play different to that your submission. I wouldn't say Soludo is actually standing in the way of Peter B. I would simply put it in this way. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone is entitled to their choice. You get. Maybe Soludo is just that's his way of campaigning for his candidate. That may just be it. If there are things underlying, I may not be too sure to say here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my humble speaker.
Very good morning to you, Pastor Kaf.
Speaker for this information. Mr. Speaker, permit me to inform every one of us, our listeners, because of the circumstances of the day. Mr. Speaker, why has Nnamdi Kanu refused to appear in court? He did well. If I were, he's the same thing that I will do. Mr. Speaker, do you know that even if the Supreme Court is saying that Nnamdi Kanu is judged and be acquitted, even the federal government will stand on the same ground. Mr. Speaker, permit me to inform against the people. Go there, I'm giving you a clear information. Go there, browse. The purpose of creating justice is to work against the population of the population of people in the southeast. Go and browse it. Mr. Speaker, when Muslim Muhammad came in, you will discover he created his own state. Go and check. Even during the time of colonial era, when the Delta people protested that some of their people brothers were cast with a new state, and they cried, and they did not listen. Today, a part of people and Israel so said, because to between this art and faith and him and faith, this thing created is only to manipulate the evils and make sure that they must create the evils. All the people of boundary are artificial boundaries. All these things are work against an evil man. I am asking, why can't allow an evil man to raise everything you do is working against an evil man? Why look at the artificial boundaries in Delta, in Enugu, between the Benue, in Abia, in Rivers? It's all about the evil.
Pastor Kafo, can I actually ask you something?
Just me, my brother,
Okay, if we allege, if you want us to agree with you that everything works against the Igbo extraction, what is the way out?
The way out is what I have been saying on this platform. These people should come together and live it together and say the position of this person Igbo extraction are not doing right. I have told you, I want you to look at the three enemies we have in Nigeria, the British, the Super.
All right, Pastor Kafo, thank you for your thoughts. Thank you. All right, thank you. All right, thank you. I appreciate your contribution. Okay, and very quick, Johnny, let's take a look at some messages on our Facebook page. This one is coming from Kelechi Okoye still. Okay, I like how Binta Yanku struck out all the terrorism charges against Kanu Nnamdi. Let court continue postponing Kanu's cases indefinitely. Please, when did Nehru become a political advisor for saying that Wiki is disgracing PDP since he's good at marrying young girls? Okay. He should be a marriage counselor, not a political advisor. All right, thank you, Kelechi Okoye, for your thought and being part of the conversation on Facebook. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Very well. How about you?
I'm okay. I see them. All
right, welcome to the program.
My brother, I think concur with someone about against P2P. My brother, let us look at fire and know very well that this soluble comments look very look somehow. Because I don't know why. If there is any problem between soluble and P2P, it's not what people will just come out and start making statements in this platform so that it should be hearing it. It's not good. It's uncomfortable. So, let us go right there. P2P won't know that we believe that P2P is a good someone to rule Nigeria so that it will not be. It's not good to start making that comment. Please. I didn't like it. In fact, it's not good at all.
All right, Mbamon, thank you for your thoughts. All right, thank you. Honestly, I know too many persons will feel hurt, will feel embittered by that submission coming from the governor of Anambra State. Everyone is entitled to whatever he or she wants to say, insofar as you are not playing out of what the Constitution allows, what common sense allows, what the society maybe allows too. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Please, can you turn down the volume on your radio set or walk away from it?
Hello?
Okay. Sorry, I sincerely had to let you go. When you call us, please do ensure that the volume on your radio set is turned down or you turn it off completely. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Baba.
Very good morning to you.
Chief, all the matters are
all right, welcome back.
I don't need to talk about I must pass. People can never win Nigerian president. Then by whom the God of Anambra State. We see my brother. This are not the or other group. This will support P2P another time. But his own brother said he's not supporting. Say, let him live.
Hello. Chief Polly Martins. Hello. Okay, sorry, I had to let you go a second time because I think network isn't very good coming from your end. Okay, let me take this message on Facebook coming from Dr. Mrs. Mma Oleba from Owerri. Yana Mani si Anyanaka. That's she actually wrote in Igbo. But more like to say our predicament is being caused by us. That we are our own individual problem. I'm totally disappointed with Soludo. He isn't diplomatic at all. I was holding him in high esteem, but with what he keeps vomiting, I have lost confidence. Sentiments apart, Peter B is the most ideal Nigerian that is proven can take the mass suffering Nigerians out of the death sentence our hitherto leaders have sentenced us to. Peter B stands as the light. We can't choose darkness in place of light. God, who is serious through. Thank you, Dr. Mrs. Mma Oleba, for joining on Facebook. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Alize.
Very good morning to you, sir.
It's Pastor V on the line from Imo State.
All right, Pastor V, welcome to the program. Go ahead.
Please, I want to ask whether Soludo has been paid to tarnish the image of P2B. Because Soludo's statements, like the text you just read, Soludo, I hope she's an educated man. Why is he behaving like an idiot?
You need to be careful of your choices, you know. Soludo is a professor, you know, right?
Is it fair by the Fulani to attack P2B? Is it fair by the Fulani to attack P2B? That's what I'm asking. You should stop that mess.
All right. Okay, I think
stop that mess.
All right.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Okay, thank God you did not actually allow your outrage to take over you. Like we usually see on this platform, as a matter of fact, regardless of your sentiments and biases, regardless of how offended you are with either a caller or a headline that we read out, ensure you manage your sentiments rightly. I tell you. Okay, let's take this call before we get over to the messages. Hello, good morning.
No.
Very good morning to you. Very good morning.
Good morning. I'm speaking from Asia.
All right, go ahead, sir.
I want to comment on His Excellency comment on P2B. My own advice is His Excellency Professor Soludo should desist from making any comment from P2B. If he said that P2B will not win, or P2B is making out, okay, let him tell us who will win the election. We have more than 10 presidential candidates. Let him tell us who will win. And his comment will make Africa party lose all their candidates in this election. So he should refrain from making all those nasty comments on P2B. We should forget about P2B. I don't see a reason why we should be attacking our brothers. While other tribes in Nigeria will not come out to attack their brothers. P2B, everybody is supporting in this country. So you should at least as a professor and as an executive person, you should learn and so some of the comments you will make public.
All right, sir.
That's my own comment. And after all, when the Catholics at the blood welcome his statement, he was there with P2B. And the next social media, why not say that on that day?
All right, thank you,
So
sir.
we should refrain from making all this comment, not coming from P2B.
All right.
Because that comment will rule Africa as a party.
All right, thank you, sir.
I'm going against Africa party.
All right, thank you. Okay, thank you. And that's how I can actually go with the course. Let me take a few more messages on Facebook. Good morning, Arenzo. We Igbo should learn to know that those who are hated should not hate themselves also, because a house divided against itself cannot stand. Look at the drama surrounding MKN's release, the federal government that ought to obey law, becoming disobedient to court judgments. Coming from SPC 1 for is our farmer. Thank you for joining on Facebook. Yes. Okay, let's see if we can actually go take up some messages. Okay, let's see. Take one more message on Facebook and then go over to our phone lines and read our SMS or text messages right now. Good morning, okay. Okay, good morning from Ebere Chuku, name based in Ileife. Okay, Ocean State. Okay, the option for the Igbo freedom is option A for the Igbo freedom is Biafra. While option B is restructuring. Okay, restructuring of the nation. All right, thank you for joining, Mr. Ebere Chukukere. Okay, and then on this message, we have this one. Good morning, Arenze. Please let Binta Yanko continue striking out the cases against Kanu Namdi. Federal government didn't obey court order concerning Namdi, but they expected us to obey court order. So they should tell us who will win since he's not okay. KKO. In Arenze, Igbo's suffering will come to an end when Igbos become Igbos enough as to conquer GI from all of them before being part of the program. Good morning, Mr. Arenze Chukwu. Tinubu's victory is certain as the APC campaign starts. Please, how can APC win election again in this country after inflicting hardship on Nigerians? The security and the state of the nation have never been like this. Please let they apologize to we Nigerians and allow people to come on board to mend the fences. Chief Sabinus Chimobez and Waka testing. All right, this one says, good morning, Arenze Chukwu. But that was good, thank you. My concern is why are some Igbo people wait, I'll take that again. My concern is why are some Igbo people, okay, you are going to say problematic, to themselves, being against his brother Peter shows he's selfish, he is selfish and envious. Pastor Chukwujeku Paul, okay, from Obodoku. Okay, thank you. This one says, good morning. Governor Solido comments over Mazi Obi is provoking and not good. Callistus One Necker from Ubulu. Because says his name is Charles from Ibi. For Solido to say that Peter Obi will not win is making mockery of himself since he failed to talk of his party. Solido to leave, okay. Achai from Ezinif, we got your text. Okay, it sounds like Soludo has collected money. He is becoming a nuisance to the collective conscience of Igbo nation. A chain suffer from Olo. Soludo has one vote. Only he should stop attacking Obi. You see from Amba. Okay. Okay, Soludo should leave Peter Obi alone and keep a good record in Anambra State. Igbos keep fighting Igbos. Federal government should release MNK from Suochi. Good morning, Aaron. I'm MC Montana from Momonzi. Peter Obi can't and will not win 2023 presidential election. Soludo, I laugh. It's interesting. I think Soludo is only being jealous. We are obedient and we are watching. Arinze, what do you say? Okay. Okay, you want to hear my thoughts. Good morning, Arinze, coming from Musu MC India. Aaron Dizor. Soludo's statement on Peter Obi's chances in the presidential race is unbecoming and repulsive. The comment portrays he wants to pull him down. Okay, portrays the pull him down syndrome that is the big of Igbos over the years. If the governor felt sore for losing the governorship seats to Obi some years ago, is it the appropriate time for personal vendetta, or is it jealousy or inferiority complex? One expects Soludo to join hands with credible Igbo politicians for the realization of Igbo presidency project. Igbo presidency project. Okay, Soludo will hide his head in shame when Obi finally emerges as the next president. All right. Thank you for your thought. Okay, I beg to actually end the messages here because our time is up. This program comes up from Mondays up until Saturdays by the hour of 7 o'clock till 7:40. And this is our time is already 2 minutes short away. Um, what would I say to you? Somebody was asking for my opinion. Keep doing you and be committed to having us build the Nigeria that we crave and desire. This is where I bid you farewell. Do stay with us for more interesting program. By 8 o'clock, Mona will be here for the Mega Morning Sports Show. And by 9 o'clock, that person will take over for the point of view. Do join us and have a blessed day.